Buenos días, buenas tardes, y buenas noches. Muchas gracias for coming back. You could have been on YouTube viendo bailar una mujer latina. Una vez más, por favor. Okay, that's enough of that. This is supposed to be a family show. Or you could have been on YouTube watching exactly the reason why you should never use the Smith machine to do squats.
Down, down, down.
Anyway, I'm glad you're back. Right, my name is Jay. Welcome to Gratitude Investing. Could I ask you before we start to hit the subscribe button and join us, and also hit the like button? It really helps this channel out, and the notification bell. It will update you when we make new videos. Right, there's been a huge influx of people joining the market recently, so if you're one of those new people, welcome to the stock market. And this video is aimed at people like yourself who's new, maybe just downloaded the app, or if you haven't downloaded an investment app yet, I use Trading 212 and Freetrade. I'll leave links for them below. If you join using my link, then we both receive a free share up to £100. Not saying it will be £100, but it's usually between £10 and £100. Hopefully we'll get one of the ones higher to £100. The question I get asked a lot by beginners when they first join is how much do they need to start investing? And that's going to be different for all of us. We all earn different wages, different salaries, whatnot. But there's a few things that go into this. One thing I would urge you to do before this is to work on your long-term debt if you have any. Bring it down as much as possible, because it's only going to help you in the long run. Less you got to pay for debt, more money you're going to have to invest. Also, work on your rainy day fund. Again, we're all different. Some of us only need to be 1 month ahead. Some of us 6 months, some of us a year. I say this because it's very important, because the last thing you want to do is start investing into a company, you start seeing some good gains, and then an unexpected bill or an emergency comes up and you need access to some money, and you start taking it out of your investment account, wiping out your gains, and then you've got to buy the same stocks again at a much higher price, and it's just not the way to go about things. I'm not saying you need to be completely debt-free before you start investing, but have a plan to bring down your debt so it doesn't interfere with your investing whatsoever. Right, so debt aside, once you've paid your mortgage or your rent and your bills and you're looking at what's left over for the month, I'd say take a piece of that and then put it into your investment app. And that should be where you start. When I first started investing, I think I started with £50. It didn't go very far. I spread it far too thin. And then days later, I put in £100, and I think payday was around the corner and I loaded up again. And it's just been a snowballing thing ever since then. However much you decide to put in at the start, that's completely up to you. But also try and have an amount monthly or weekly, however often it is you get paid, that you can put into your investment account so you can keep making your positions grow. What should your first investments be? Again, for everyone, it's going to be different. But I work in aviation. I work at the airport. So for me, that was a no-brainer. I'm constantly on and around planes, so I know quite a lot of that industry. So I already knew about Airbus, I knew about Boeing, I knew about the different fuel providers that provide the fuel to the planes. I'm around different airlines. I know the different companies that work within the building. So all of that was easy to me. So that was the first avenue I went down. But another thing you should also look at is products that you use all the time. Things that you've got interests in, things that you buy. Like, for example, are you a gamer? If you are, you know about Sony, you know about Microsoft through Xbox and PlayStation. But then again, it's deeper than that. What are the accessories? Like, you've got those Turtle Beach headphones that are really good. They're on the stock market. And then don't just look at the consoles. Think of the things that make up the consoles, like the chips inside. Are they NVIDIA chips? Are they AMD chips? Like, look into all these things and you'll find some very, very good companies within these. So it's not a simple answer, but look within your life, see all the things you use, you've got an interest in, things that you buy all the time, and you will find some good companies. Do your due diligence on those companies and go from there. Another common question is, what sectors should you invest in? Because there's so many sectors on the stock market, as you can imagine. But ones where I feel you're going to see the most growth, and I've heard this from Kathy Woods and a bunch of other people online, and that is electric vehicles, but not just the manufacturers like Neo, Tesla, Lucid Motors. You also want to think about the charging networks, the big infrastructure that's going to have to be built to accommodate these electric cars. So we're talking about Switchback Energy, which is about to change to ChargePoint, Blink, Alphen Bahir. There's hundreds of companies. So you want to look into those. Also, DNA and gene editing, that's going to be very big. Biotech, things like CRISPR. Look into CRISPR, that's going to be huge. Also, blockchain technology, and it's not, funnily enough, just for Bitcoin. Blockchain's got a lot of other uses, so get into that nice and early. Also, 5G. There's a lot of money to be made within 5G. And 3D printing, that's a good one. I'm currently in Nano Dimensions, they're called, and Desktop Metals. They've been doing me all right. But don't just go off those two names and go and buy them. Do your due diligence and see why I might think they're better than others, or you might find other ones and think they're better than the two I've bought. So always do your due diligence. Also look into what's called the FANG stocks. That's Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. They've already had a huge run up. If you're new to investing, you've missed that huge run up, but they've still got a lot to go. Currently, there's been a shift, and a lot of money has moved out of that and gone into other sectors, but it always comes back around. And if you look into any of those companies, they're very innovative and forward-thinking and got plans for the future. So, and they all dominate the fields that they're in. So, definitely look into the FANG companies. I have a portion of my portfolio dedicated to them. Also, I've got a portion dedicated to growth stocks. So you're going to want to do that. You're going to want a portion dedicated to penny stocks. You should have a portion dedicated to dividend stocks also. You want your portfolio to be very diverse. So if one sector's lagging, it's no problem. You're going to have another sector that's carrying you. So the more diverse you are, the more chance that your portfolio is going to be in the profit rather than in the red. And even when it's in the red, it's only a paper loss, so don't worry about that. You haven't truly lost any money until you press that sell button to lock in your losses. So don't panic sell. But yeah, make sure your portfolio is very diverse. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't want to go too deep too quick. I'll make more videos aimed at beginners, just covering the stuff I've learned up till date. You know, I've only been investing myself for a year, but I've learned so much in this year, and I know I've got so much more to learn. But anything I know, I'm willing to share with you guys, just like I'm hoping to learn things from you guys as well. So next week I'll make another video, and I'll make another one for beginners. We'll get on to stock picks a bit later, where I'll bring some stocks to the table, see if you guys know about them. And if you don't, bonus, and you may also have some for me as well. So Until next week, hasta la semana próxima. Adios.